This is where my boat used to be. My lake sailboat. Over there. They've redone this. And now my boat is in Cape Verde.
I'm not in Cape Verde yet.
So here I am at my other son's house, Sebastian's. He lives right in the center of town of Montreux. It's really cool. Once again, I've parked myself here in my temporary mobile editing and recording studio. Got everything here, and so I can put out an episode. Got my little sound recording amp here. Sound has a microphone, my makeshift sound booth, and otherwise my lovely Mac Mini, and the Samsung screen my brother lent me, and my wonderful Final Cut Pro 7 editing software. What's cool about living with my son Sebastian is that he's single too. He's a postal worker and delivers mail around town here, so it's a pretty cool job. He's really happy, although it's freezing and he has to start at 6 o'clock in the morning when it's dark and cold and it's -1 degree here. But this is great because we're living right in town, right in Montreux, and I can get to the store, the physiotherapist, and I can go up and down the steps here, which is really good to get my leg working. And let me tell you, man, I'm gonna have a lot of working out to do. Hard, solid granite steps. It kills me afterwards. My knees are just like, oh, so sore. No pain, no gain. So this is my son's house. This is one of the guest rooms that he has, and he's lending it to me for a few days. He has his bedroom over there, nice kitchen, and a little office room where he does his gaming and still does some music. Now I'm going to the physiotherapist, and it's really great because I can walk there, and it's just kind of down the street. That's what's nice about being here, my son Sebastian's house here in the city. Well, this is Montreux. This was my hometown for about 15 years, and that's where I had my little company and where I worked for the Montreux Jazz Festival. With that I met like tons of people, like Carlos Santana, Bob Rogers, dozens. Anyways, being back here is kind of strange, but at the same time it's kind of familiar. I feel like I'm still in a dream. I haven't woken up, or I'm just kind of high. As much as I love it here, I can't wait to get out of here. It's just not mine anymore. It's not my home. It's strange. This is where my boat used to be. My lake sailboat. Over there. They've redone this. And now my boat is in Cape Verde.
I'm in Montreux, Switzerland, with Miles Davis.
It's very strange being here. This is where the Montreux Jazz Festival is hosted, in this building. And I worked for them for quite a while and met a bunch of great musicians here, like Sting and Iggy Pop and so forth. Saw Prince here twice. And in this hotel, I used to hang out with Nile Rodgers and his band and others. And here I'm back. You know what? I'd rather be in my boat than hanging out with rock stars and stuff. It was fun, but like I said, I'd much rather be on my boat in the middle of the ocean.
Stravinsky was a rock star in his day. He lived here also.
Here we're going to be entering the Montreux Christmas market. This happens every year here. Pretty cool. Fortunately, the weather is not with us. This cloud above here just sits in the valley. Funny thing is, it's sunny up above. In here, it's cold and blah.
It was awfully cold. And then I met someone that warmed my heart.
Hey, look at this. This is my friend Stefan. He's the husband of Séverine, who used to work with me. Just happened to bump into each other. Hey, Séverine. Ciao. T'avais raison. T'as vu, Stéphane a vu Alex.
Small world. And this used to be the world I lived in. This Christmas market event used to be one of my clients. I used to do their marketing. is Freddie Mercury here? Well, he lived and worked here.
Entrée du Région Express pour Vevey, Lausanne, Almas, départ 11h28, première classe, secteur A et C.
I was invited to my aunt's house and could have borrowed a car, but preferred to go this way, by train. I am absolutely stunned by the infrastructure here in my country. Everything from roads, bridges, walls, rails. It's astonishing. Got this mix of ancient and super modern, and it all works together beautifully. The trains are ultra performant, on time, modern and clean. And look where the tracks are built, practically on top of the water. My grandmother came from this village called Villette, and this was my hometown, Lausanne. From here, you can get to just about any European capital. And see that train? Look who it's named after. Louis Chevrolet. He was Swiss. Chevrolet is Swiss. And this is the TGV, French high-speed train that goes to Paris at about 300 kilometers per hour. This giant train hall has been transformed into the State Art Museum. All this is pretty new. And a little further is where me and my mom used to live before we immigrated to America. These train yards are vast, man, for such a small country. And here's another Swiss engineering marvel, this brand new station. And this is where my uncle is meeting me. He's married to my mother's sister. When they were young, they took me sailing for a week on the lake with them.
My uncle Pierre-André came to pick me up here in his electric car. It's my first time I'll be in a fully automated, fully driven electric car. This is too cool.
How about these modern times, man? I feel like I'm in a science fiction movie. And to think, 40 years ago, I was sailing naked with these two. I had gotten the worst butt sunburn ever.
Ça c'est ma tontine, Nicole,
2022.
my mother's sister. These guys introduced me to sailing a long time ago. I'm so happy to see them. Well, I was with my aunt and uncle, who were some of the first to initiate me to sailing. They took me out on a cruise on their boat when I was like 12 years old. And it was from here, man.
We sailed around the lake for a week. It was my first time cruising, and I loved it. They were in their 20s, and I always treasured that time with them. They put that sailing seed in me, and now it's really growing.
They dropped me off here at the port here of Ouchy, in my hometown of Lausanne, so I could get a couple things at the Nautical store. I got a navigation light, red and green, bi-colored, for the front of my boat, and Swiss flag and some glue and hopefully fix my dinghy. So now I'm going back to Montreux, and man, it's cold. Whoa, I'm shaking.
More traveling through time. I used to take this train, an actual subway, but it's so much more modern now and crowded. I'm starting to get paranoid of catching COVID, so I'm masking up fully. I need to take a negative COVID test to get aboard my plane in a few days. So all these people are making me nervous. I'm not used to all this hustle and bustle anymore. for being here.
Proper Italian lasagna made by what? Guidetti's.
Yeah,
Sebastiano Guidetti. Genuine other Italian here.
I'm so drawn to you. I never wanna leave. Yeah, I'm right where I wanna be. We got something you and me, and I can't get rid of this feeling.
everything homemade. He wanted to cheat, but with Italian name Guidetti, that would be sacrilege to do such a thing.
That's true. I said I'll just buy pre-made
He's like, "You don't
vegetable
want to be called
sauce,
a Guidetti?"
pre-made tomato sauce. He's like, no, can't do that.
You can't carry an Italian name and not know how to make Italian food.
Just keeping it real.
Things we have can't be taken for granted. I know that it has always been you.
Art of making lasagna. That's it.
Listen. Guidetti style. It's got some fluffy cheese. Look, it's like little mountain regions here.
Exactly. Well done, Job. Well done, Seb. We make our.
Well done, job. Job well done, Seth. Well done.
I've had a few glasses of the red wine, just slurring my words now.
Me too.
And I'm super hungry, so I have to drink it before we can talk.
I know the smell is gonna be lingering in the house.
Wonderful feeling. Just like a magnet, we're just like a magnet. The things we have can't be taken for granted. Now I know that it has always been you. I can't help it, I'm so drawn to you. Just like a magnet, we're just like a magnet. The things we have can't be taken for granted. I know that it has always been you. I can't help it, I'm so drawn to you. I'm so drawn to you. Drawn to you. Ooh, I'm so drawn to you. Drawn to you.
It was great to have you along on this voyage. If you enjoyed your trip, give us a like and subscribe. You'll really help us navigate better. Me and my boat Galopin promise you a good time every Wednesday, so welcome aboard.